Welcome back. In this session, I'm going to be showing you what MateXpert is and how to use it. MateXpert is a very nice feature used to correct your mates. Now, sometimes when you do certain things in Solidworks, you're going to notice that your mates get affected and there's errors come up. They're either overdefined or you'll have a message down here that says no problems found. Okay. Now, what I've done on purpose is I've overdefined my mates. Okay. What that means is that I've created too many mates that I really don't need to create. And that it will affect it whenever I'm trying to create a subassembly from an assembly. Now remember, in our previous sessions we learned about subassemblies, and we learned that we can grab a bunch of parts and create a subassembly from them. Let's go ahead and do this for this part. I've already overdefined it like I said, and because of that I'm going to get errors whenever I start creating subassemblies. So I'm going to select this part right here, okay, which is going to be that front assembly that you saw in our previous sessions. And let's go ahead and right click on one of them and go down and click on create subassembly from that, or I'm sorry, expand it and create a form new subassembly here. Right away you're gonna get all of these mate errors. You're gonna see errors under the features. It's gonna say mate, and you're gonna get all these errors, and some of them it says this mate cannot be solved. And then as you expand it out, you're gonna see more errors. Now click on close. You're gonna see like all of these with a triangle that you see with an arrow that's pointing down means that there's errors inside of them. And if you expand each one of them, it's going to say mates and clamp. And really, it's all the mates that you have issues with. So if you expand the mates, those are what you want to edit. Now, one way to edit those is obviously if you go over here, left click on each one of them, click on edit feature, and try to correct it. But some of them you're not going to be able to correct. For example, this one has a distance of 0, which doesn't really make sense. You know, why would you want a distance of 0 between two plates that are already touching? So that's how it's overdefined. So let's go ahead and click on cancel. That means what I need to do is really suppress them. So I can either click on each one of these and click on suppress, and that will take off my errors, or because I really don't know that, okay, I'm talking from experience that I know that I have to suppress this. But say you don't know that you need to suppress these. Right click on mate and click on MateXpert. And that will pop up the MateXpert dialog box on the left, and it says analyze problem over here. Now, as you can see, you don't see anything right now, but that's because you need to click on diagnose before you can go anywhere. When you click on that, Solidworks will open up the subnet and all the errors, all the places where you see the errors, and it will highlight the features that are mated together, and it will show that there's distance errors in between them. That's because all of them have the same thing. There's distance of 0 in between them. They're mated together already face to face, and then there's also a distance mate between them that is 0, which doesn't quite make sense. So that means I need to suppress this mate, or basically get rid of it. So what I need to do, usually what you can do is if you right click on one of them and click on suppress, you can also see that you can edit that mate as well. But if you just click on suppress on one of them, you can see that the triangle now is gone from that subnet. What that means is that you've already solved it basically, and just by solving one of them. A lot of times in Solidworks, whenever you solve one of your mates, it solves it for the rest of them. Okay, so go ahead and click on OK. And as you can see now, all the mates are gone. So you can see this is actually suppressed, so it's gone. You can either delete it if you want, because it's suppressed. That means you're not really using it, and that's why it solved all your errors. But you can see that all the other mates are solved. So Solidworks really figured out that that does not need to be there of distance of 0, and it looked for each one that had a distance of 0 error and solved for that as well. So again, MateXpert is such a nice feature to use. Always use it whenever you have errors in mates that you don't know why they're there. More than usual, it's going to be that you've overdefined your part, and you can suppress it and fix it. Or you can go back and edit the mate. That means you had a mate that didn't make sense, or makes a part go through another part, or whatever it is, and you can change it out of there. But definitely use MateXpert whenever you have mate errors, and it will help you, it will guide you to finding out what your error in mate is and help you make the right decision.